lock grips for your PDP. So a lot of you guys see me run these things, ask like, hey, what, which one do you get? Which grip texture do you like the most? So I kind of want to answer these questions. I want to be upfront with you guys and saying that, Lock Grip sends these things to me for free. However, like, I don't get paid to say nice things. They're just super nice to me, and they're like, hey, try these out. I will try them. I've really grown to like the lock grips for the steel frame PDPs simply because they offer a bunch of different options in terms of texture as well as shape, and that's kind of the stuff that I wanted to talk about here. The ones that I gravitate towards are going to be the bogies. The bogey texture is going to be the most grippy. Like, you will definitely have a bogey imprint in your hand like after gripping these, but in my experience, like, it's not enough to where it's like going to hurt your hands. At least it doesn't hurt mine. I think if it hurts your hands, maybe going with something like the Velos grip pattern. I think they pronounce it Velos. I don't know. You'll see it when you go on their website. Velos. That would be the next one that I would recommend. I like the Velos grips a lot. Also, too, the Velos grips, like if you want to carry concealed, they have just enough grip texture to where they'll bite on your hands, but they're not going to like rub your belly raw. So if you want to carry those concealed, I think those would be good to go concealed. Now, there's a couple different shapes of the grips that they offer for the PDPs, the steel frames specifically. One basically has the exact same shape as like your stock PDPs, and I think the deal with that would be, hey, you just want a different texture on your PDP and you don't want to change the shape of the grip. That would be the one to get. I believe they call it the curved grip. The next one is going to be the thin grip. The thin is way too thin for the vast majority of grown men, in my opinion, simply because it takes this hump off of the back and it does not leave a bunch of room for your support hand, which I don't like at all. So I don't like running the thin grips. What I typically gravitate towards, at least the last, year and a half, are the palm swells. So the palm swells come on the curved grip. And the reason that I like the palm swells is it leaves a bunch of room for my support hand to get onto. And another reason is, since that swell is back here, I can get my palm behind it and it opens up like a lot of leverage that I'm able to put on the gun with my support hand. So I like that quite a bit. Now, which one should you get? Man, this is always the question that's like, I really don't know. There's three different options in terms of shapes, and there's a bunch of different options in terms of texture. So it's like, what I might like might not be what you would like. But what I would say is, if you are like a grown dude who wears a size large glove or above, I would go with the palm swells. The reason that I would go with the palm swells is simply because, like I said before, like, you can get your grip like behind the swell. It adds a bunch of leverage to your grip, makes the gripping the gun a little bit easier. It also makes the grip a little bit wider, which I like. Adds more real estate for the support hand, because Walthers typically don't have a ton of real estate on the grip. They have a little bit smaller grip circumference. So I would say, try the palm swells, and like, if you don't like the palm swells, then maybe just go with the curved. But I would definitely stay away from the thin ones, especially if you are a grown man. Maybe if you're like, a lady or have smaller hands, maybe the thin one would be the one to go with. But I personally did not care for the thin ones. So that's what I got on lock grips. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment box below.